Hello, members one and all of the Salivation Nation. Some of you may remember a video I posted a while ago about Elemental and NTR metals and smuggled gold, and how the illegal gold mining operations in like Peru and nations in South America, a lot of that gold was mined illegally and passed through the port of Miami. And Miami, of course, as of today, the recording of this video, Sunday, was spared a major wrath that was to come, what they thought from Irma, West Florida, and along those cities, Tampa, Sarasota, and the like. Those cities are under threat, and we pray for those folks. And but there's something else that occurred a couple days ago about two Miami men convicted of laundering billions of in Amazon gold. Small Gold sent this article to me to share with you guys, and it's quite interesting and fascinating to see that this saga is still continuing here. Two Miami businessmen who worked for a major U.S. importer of South American gold pleaded guilty Tuesday in a $3.6 billion money laundering case that has shaken up the nation's precious metals industry. In plea deals, Samir Barrage and Juan Granda admitted in Miami federal court that they imported illegally mined gold from Peru and other South American countries into the United States in a revised money laundering conspiracy case that could send them to prison for up to 10 years. Under the previous conspiracy indictment filed in March, the two men faced up to 20 years. And so both men who traveled extensively to South America admitted smuggling tainted gold between January 2013 and March 2017 for NTR Metals in Miami, which is owned by Dallas-based parent company Elemental. And some of you may remember back when Elemental kind of became a thing, and it kind of accumulated a bunch of different organizations from minting and mining and to sales of and they did a great job with some of their rounds and the like, but obviously it's been unfortunate that the NTR portion have been involved in such a trade for so long, illegal activity. A federal prosecutor said Tuesday that the two defendants circumvented Elemental's anti-money laundering compliance program by buying gold from a notorious Peruvian drug trafficker, bribing the country's officials and falsifying paperwork. As part of their plea deals, both have agreed to cooperate in an expanding investigation into one of the biggest money laundering schemes in South Florida history. So this is still under investigation, and there's a lot of moving parts in this. And the fact that Miami is that big port and a lot of the gold came through there, it's a wonder how it could affect prices for gold down the road. And that may be part of what's causing some of the prices to go up, because it's been stifled and stemmed off. And because now that they're cracking down on this investigation, all that flow of that gold probably has stopped. But continuing along with the article here, an Elemental compliance officer warned Barrage Garanda and a third NTR employee about buying gold from the Peruvian trafficker, according to a factual statement filed with the two defendants' plea agreements. But the NTR employees ignored the warnings and set up accounts at Elemental for a series of Peruvian front companies so they could buy and import $400 million worth of gold, prosecutors said. In total, the NTR employees purchased $1 billion worth of gold from collectors of the precious metal in Peru during 2013. Before Peruvian authorities began cracking down on the illegal mining and smuggling trade, according to prosecutors Francisco Maderal and Tony Gonzalez. Authorities there seized some shipments destined for NTR in Miami. And you can't help but wonder, and even if it's not by much, but because of the trade in the gold, and because there was more coming in there, because it was around that time, around 2013, when we started to see the prices for gold go down. And you can't help but wonder if this had played some role, even if it's a small role, in those declining gold prices then. And now, of course, we're seeing the prices of gold start to climb back up a bit. It just makes you wonder. And again, I don't know to what extent that is the case. Maybe I'm way off base in that assumption or that thought. Post what you think in the comment section below. Going ahead here, the case has shined a spotlight on Miami's central role as an international gold trading hub, with the majority of the precious metals imported in the United States through Miami International Airport by NTR Metals and other dealers in South Florida. Neither NTR nor the parent company, Elemental, has been charged in the case, but Elemental has been suspended from buying, refining, and selling gold on precious metals exchanges. Elemental's lawyer has not returned repeated calls or emails for comment. The sentencing hearing for the two defendants before U.S. District Judge Robert Scola is set for next February, 1 month after a third defendant, Renato Rodriguez, the third NTR employee, faces trial. The threesome scheme centered on South American drug traffickers and other criminals suspected in funneling billions of dollars of illegally mined Amazon gold through the three NTR Metal employees to its final destination, Elemental's refinery in Ohio, according to prosecutors. Prosecutors assert the three defendants bought billions of dollars worth of gold from illegal mines in Amazon rainforest, arranged to refine the precious metals, sold the gold, and then wired the proceeds back to drug traffickers and other criminals in South America. That's why they call it dirty gold. According to a complaint summarizing the conspiracy case, narco traffickers and other criminals financed the clandestine operation to convert their cocaine profits into cash, according to prosecutors who did not charge the three defendants with any drug offenses. Garanda, 35, a U.S. citizen born in Ecuador, was arrested at his mother's Cutler Bay home in mid-March. After his initial arrest, prosecutors named his co-defendants in a subsequent complaint and indictment. Grande, a graduate of Florida State University, was denied bond because he was seen as a flight risk. Barrage, a U.S. citizen born in London, was ordered held for the same reason because he traveled from Miami to Colombia on a 4-day business trip after Grande's arrest. Prosecutors accused Barrage of fleeing the country. Federal agents flew to Colombia to arrest Barrage on March 23rd, just as he was returning to Miami. Rodriguez, 42, born in New York City, was released on a $100,000 bond. My client is fighting the charges and wants to go to trial, defense attorney Sabrina Puglisi said after an earlier court hearing. U.S. Customs records show that NTR imported $3.6 billion worth of illegal gold through a shifting array of Latin American countries under the responsibility of the company's three employees, according to the complaint by Homeland Security Investigations and the FBI, and $3.6 billion worth of illegal gold, as opposed to legitimate gold flowing through the United States. I wonder what that ratio is. I wonder what that difference is. For all the billions of dollars worth shipped from Latin America to NTR in Miami, NTR sent billions of dollars in wire payments to Latin America from the United States, the complaint said. The complaint accuses the three NTR employees of participating in smiling and dialing strategies to find out who had gold to sell. Develop new relationships. Sounds like the smiling and dialing. It sounds like the multi-level marketing strategy, to smile and dial and make those calls. To make new relationships and promote their company, including bringing customers to Miami to tour its warehouse facility. So very interesting indeed. It's interesting to see how this case has evolved through through its beginnings. I think back in 2015, I think is when they first started this case, and they're shutting it down. So, but interesting to see the numbers and how much gold has imported. In fact, that some gold you may own may have helped pay a drug dealer. How's that for a pleasant thought? But that's okay. It's you didn't know, I didn't know, and I don't have any NTR gold. Or Republic Metals is also another one that's been issued as a complaint, who may have been involved in some way. But nonetheless, hopefully this will stem and stop, and hopefully we'll get legitimate gold coming through. But nonetheless, thank you again, Small Gold, for this article. Check out Small Gold's YouTube channel and his website. He posts a lot of information, gets a lot of data on gold, Eagle sales and gold acquisitions by larger countries around the world, which can give us an idea as to where the flow of gold is going to these countries, and giving an idea for supply and demand for gold and silver and the like. So check out his channel for that information, and I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for watching, and encourage you to please rate, comment, and subscribe.